tell you what a tremendous sense of relief they feel after a hike. These are just facts. You have to go through this. You've grown up with these boogers since you were a child, a baby 4 hours old, who's breathing the air in the hospital, has got Candida albicans because of his respiratory system in 4 hours. Your body is riddled with 140 known and perhaps 20 unknown viruses. If you live in Africa, it's riddled with about 500. And these have to go somewhere when they're neutralized. They're not killed, they're just neutralized so that they can no longer attach to any receptor sites. The outer protein layer, it's now been proven by a number of high institutions, and you will never, ever, ever read about it, because here's under $1.50 cure for anything from tuberculosis to leprosy to Ebola that was previously unknown as far as a cure went. But it is here now. The millennium in medicine again started on March 11th of 1990, and you can read about it. There are so many things I want to cover here tonight, but I think I'm going to show you something. And after this, we can take a stretch. When I came here, my mentor here, Mark, tell him take a break. Oh, okay, take a break now, get some coffee. When we come back, we'll do some magic for you. We'll use this laser light to show you water before and after treatment. So,
great. Yes. A couple quick announcements, please. I believe the cafeteria closes about 8:45. So if any of you want to run over and get a burger or something, or a couple hot dogs, that's the place to do it. The chemotherapy is free. That'll come a few years later. What the hell we're talking. So please, I do ask you a couple quick rules, folks. It is cold and it is wet. Please walk slowly. The room, as you can see, there's never been this many people in Guthrie Hall. So please take your time. There are cameras. There are cables. I do ask you to please take your time when you walk. Second rule: please do not ask Bob or myself or anyone questions right now. He will probably answer them in the second part when he gives the demonstration. So please do not approach the table. Please do not congratulate him or anything, or throw things at him or myself. Keep the garlic away. So do not ask us any questions. Let Bob take a break. Let myself take a break. Let Ms. Stillwell take a break, and everyone else. So please save your questions until afterwards. After he comes back, give us our demonstration. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
I want to say something. If you want any more information about anything, write down the numbers up on the board. Okay?
Great. Okay, folks, it is 8:20 by that clock. We will begin. We will start again at 8:35. Please do not approach the table. No questions yet. We'll see you at 8:35 for the second half. Thank you very much. Yeah, can you put the paper there? Anyone needs to sign in that are in any of my classes? It'll be on this table, the brown table on that. If you can move the paper, please, over to the brown table. Brown table over there. Please stay away from this area, okay? All right, thank you. That's cool. We'll get them all. Are we still recording? Oh, yeah. Wow.
Just add some word changes. So if you want any, $2 for those. All you're getting is about 20 words that are different on the last page, but all the rest of it's identical. So anyone who wants some cheap copies, we're going to leave some with Mark for the library here. Yay, Mark. Mark was my bodyguard at a couple of out-of-town conferences. I finally acquired a status symbol in my old age. He did a beautiful job. He came in the room, looked under the bed, so there weren't any teeny boppers. There wasn't anybody hanging out on the ledge or in the shower. So, wow, I never thought of that, Mark. You got me in there. I'm going to move around. You better watch out.
Okay, I'll try and get out of these people.
Okay. Now, I'm going to be going over here, so get the camera on some of the small stuff when I do.
Yes, sir.
You got to work for a living for a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
We've been collecting the best possible medical information for about the last 40 years. As Mark pointed out, I was national president of the U.S. Psychotronics Association for several years in the 80s, and I got to know some people with absolutely fascinating talents. And if I never had any talent anywhere in my life, I picked up some by osmosis from Galen Hieronymus and Jerry Gallimore and Bob Butlick and Tom Bearden. We were all members of this club, and we didn't know whether we were bullshitting each other or bullshitting ourselves, but we sure stretched our brains. And out of all of this dross, out of all of these tailings, came a lot of information which is immensely valuable. Our paper, the last half of the paper, is devoted on how you can make your own silver colloids. Anybody in here been buying silver colloids, bottles and jars? No, good. You can make it for 1/10 of a penny a gallon. And we're going to do some right here and show you how. And this colloid has been known for nearly a century, and certainly since the late 1800s, to absolutely cure over 650 known diseases. UCLA did tests on this with cultures. They found that colloid, penicillin, by the way, we got Sir Arthur Fleming a big prize, only cures 8 diseases, staph and strep, but it doesn't do that anymore because these are strain resistant. Colloid kills 650 within 8 minutes. You don't need to take it 4 times a day for 10 days, which is what your doctor tells you on ampicillin, penicillin, Cipro, etc. We're going to show you how to make the most powerful medicine known. If you're traveling in Egypt or Mexico, you carry a little thing in your shirt pocket, make colloids, you can drink anything. Never get sick. Your animals will stop going to the veterinarians. The places I eat, the hostesses come up to me almost every day I eat there, and they have one of these take-out coffee polystyrene cups, and I make her free colloid. One lady was raising thoroughbred Persian cats. They've been so inbred they were at the vet every month. The cats are totally healthy now. I haven't been to a veterinarian in over a year. The cat will not drink water unless Sherry puts a teaspoon of colloid in the water. The cats must know something. So let's make some right now. This was a glass of tap water that I got out of the sink in the kitchen when I came here. Right out of the tap. I filtered it through a paper towel because it was so filthy. This is a lacer. Where is the line there? I'm not going to let this light get into your eyes. I'm going to shoot it above your heads. But this is what tap water looks like. I want you to look at the beam, B-E-A-M, as it goes through this 3 inches of water. And if there are any particles in the water, it will backscatter the coherent light from this 670 nanometer laser diode. This is called a Tyndall, capital T-Y-N-D-A-L-L effect, after the physicist who discovered it. It's the way dark field microscopy works. And this is a horrible example of before. And for those of you listening to the audio section,